Hey everyone, welcome to First Look. This is our brand new series where we're going to review some of the used firearms and some of the brand new firearms that are coming out and let you know if it's worth your cash. First of all, big thank you to Main Street Guns and Range for providing the guns for this review. As well as right now they have an amazing giveaway running. If you stop by the store between July 21st and August 2nd, you can have a chance to win a Glock 19 Gen 3 with no purchase needed. And if you stop by the store on August 1st and August 2nd, you can try any Glock you want to purchase before buying it with a free range time. And you can try your luck with the Wheel of Fortune, where you can win a bunch of Glock swag such as cool shorts, bunch of water bottles, wrench kit, different multi-tools, foldable shovels, and a lot more. Make sure to stop by the Main Street Guns and Range and get a chance to win all of those cool items. You can see the address in the bottom below as well as in the description. Okay, back to the review. We're gonna look at this Glock. Whoa, before you turn the video off, I know you saw 1,000 of other Glock videos, but we're gonna look at this Glock 19 Gen 5 with the Aimpoint straight from the package, and this combo just hits different. Let's get to the package. The MSRP of this is around $1,000. It comes in a very small case like this, and well, for $1,000 they could have at least made it TSA compliant with the holes for the logs, but I guess next time. Inside the case you get the gun itself, which already comes with the Aimpoint pre-installed. You get 3 different magazines. All of them are 15 rounds and one in the gun. As well as, well, I would say a bit of a cheaply made a loader. So I guess we'll see if it stands the test of time and survives maybe, hundreds of magazine reloads, but it's there in the package for you, so at least a nice little thing. You get a cleaning supplies like this. And last but not least, you get the back sides of the Glock, which we did not test for you. So one of you can actually get it and open it yourself. But it looks like it has a nice beaver tail that will hold for your hand and just be very comfortable if you're into that. And for $1,000, that's really it. There's not much in the box. So, all right, let's get to the review. Now, this is your standard Glock, and it has been for thousands of years. But with this new Gen 5, Glock added NDLC coating to the slide to make it more robust. And from my opinion, it looks that it adds a very nice little shine to it, like nice gunmetal shine. It looks very good. I definitely like how they did it. And it will protect your gun from scratches more. So this is a very nice upgrade from your Gen 4. The front and rear serrations are added to the slide. They're not very deep, but they do provide enough grip for you to reload inside and charge your gun. In my opinion, they could have been just a little more aggressive, but again, it works. So we're gonna go with that. As well, as you can see from Gen 4, the cutouts for your fingers are no longer there. And now Glock moved back to actually having a straight slide with just some serrations on the back. And of course, the biggest sale point of this gun is this A-cut with the Aimpoint already pre-installed for you. Now, Glock developed something very nice here, where they took one of the most robust guns and provided you one of the most robust optics in the same pack. So when it comes out of the case, you don't need to do absolutely anything. You can see the front of the optic is underneath the top side of the slide, and behind it there are 2 big screws that are holding it back together. And with this combination, you can still retain your metal sights with the co-witness of your red dot. And all of this is one of the biggest points why Glock Gen 5 has been so hot, and it's been on everybody's mind. You're looking at a Glock, so there is not that much that I can tell you that you haven't heard before, but Gen 5 been slowly introducing very key changes to this gun to make it slightly better in every single direction. You might not always notice them right away, but they are definitely here. So let's go from the top to bottom. All right, the biggest thing, of course, is the red dot. So this is a fully enclosed Aimpoint where your front and back are protected by the glass, and your emitter is actually inside of the red dot. Now this provides a couple of cool features. For example, when you carry your gun, dust, lint, and other stuff will never get inside of your red dot and obstruct the laser. As well as, for example, if you're running in mud, you can simply smidge it off the screen and still have a perfect view of your red dot. I think this is a very key feature why if you're buying a gun that you want to protect your life, your family with, you want something like this, so you make sure that red dot will never let you down. So standard, this red dot has 12 different brightness settings and 3.5 MOA dot. First 4 of those brightness settings are meant for night vision, and the remainings are for your normal day operation. If you run your red dot on position 7, Aimpoint says it's going to take about 50,000 hours for you to kill the battery. And if it does happen, your battery is conveniently located on the side of the red dot, making it very simple to change, as well as you no longer need to move or take off your red dot to replace the battery, aka you don't never have to change your zero. And this is a very cool point why everybody is going and moving their batteries on the side of the red dot. Another key feature, of course, is how they mounted the red dot to the slide. So Glock calls this A-cut, but basically it's a very simple idea where they use tension in the front and screws in the back to set it in place. And that prevents you from having to use a plastic adapter plates, aka removing any possible situation where your red dot shifts, falls off, or anything like that. So another way of making this extremely rugged. I cannot verify that for you because I haven't shot this gun, but Glock says they made a completely new barrel for this Gen 5, calling it a GBM, Glock Marksmanship Barrel, which is supposed to improve your accuracy and longevity of the barrel. Now, I guess we'll test that with the time and see if we get any complaints or improvements on the accuracy, but I guess we'll give that to the Glock. Another little improvement here is now you have ambidextrous slide release on both sides. So if you are righty or a lefty, you always have a nice and convenient way of releasing your slide. Another feature of this gun is Glock fully rebuilt the trigger specifically for this Gen 5. And we're gonna show you some of the images inside. Now, in my opinion, it's still a very heavy, mushy 5-pound trigger pull that you all know from Glock. Now, after you get the shot, the release back to a firing position, it's not bad, I would say. It's very jumpy and pushes your finger forward, which makes it very nice. And follow-up shot is still super heavy. Now, if you're using this gun for self-defense or duty, you do want that heavy trigger, so you just don't shoot yourself in the leg, and there's no negligent discharges. So 5 pounds on this kind of a gun is actually a good thing. Another slight improvement that you can see is your front of the gun is now rounded. Before it used to be just a brick with 4 squares and 90 degrees. Now Glock actually made very nice and gentle cutouts on both sides, so you can reholster your gun a lot easier. And little but a very tiny mag well was also added to the frame. It's not obstructing your movement at all. You cannot feel it with your hands, but it will definitely help you to reload a little bit easier. So nice little upgrade from Gen 5. Weight and feel of the gun. Unloaded with the magazine, the gun is about 24 ounces. So I wouldn't say it feels too heavy in my hand, but it definitely feels rugged. And with the new red dot, I feel like it's super nice to do a reload with this gun where you can hold the slide and the dot together and pull it backwards. Your fingers do land on the serration, but I feel like serrations are not doing much here. It's the red dot that you can take and reload your gun with. So frame has always been a Glock frame. The one thing that I always complain about is their Picatinny rail. I believe it's just way too far. And sometimes if you don't have a proper positioning, your light will go up, where if they made maybe 2 or 3 options here, you can push it just a little bit closer, aka look at the way that Koenig did it. And another thing is I would definitely want to try the frame that the Glock put in a box with the beaver tail. I feel like this will make it just a little bit more comfortable for me. But even like that, this Gen 5 frame feels very good in the hand. My only little complaint, again, I'm gonna add, is the mag release button is very flush with the case. And even with my big fingers, it's hard to actuate. Which again, I understand why. if this is your duty gun, you don't want it to make it easy to take the magazine out in case of a fight or if you drop your gun. So this all makes sense. It's just for us, we don't expect the convenience of everything that modern guns have to have it on the gun that you use for your duty. I think with this combo of Aimpoint and a Glock, we as citizens got a very reliable platform to defend our lives with, and I'm definitely excited to see what's next for Glock with their steady, fine improvements. If you want to buy a Glock, go to Main Street Guns and Range and pick this one up, as well as if you want to see very high quality pictures, subscribe to our Telegram channel and support our YouTube channel so we can provide you with more videos, as well as leave a comment below of the next gun you want us to review. And I'll see you later.